Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the What You Saying podcast. I'm joined with my boys, Jack and James. What you saying, Jack?
Hello, how's it going? We're back.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
We're back again. We're back again with a recurring guest. And yeah, it's just hopefully another good one. As per usual, it's the same intro every time. You know what it is now. You know what it is.
So who's on your team, Jack?
I've got Jack, right?
No, you got Toby.
You said Jack earlier. All right, I got Toby. Sweet. All right, I got Toby. How's it going, Toby?
Oh, I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
Oh, very good. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate your time you take. You know, it's great. How are you living these days? Is it going all right?
Yeah, just stuck inside of my house all the time, like everybody else is. So
good. Yeah, behaving like a good boy. Nicely done.
Yeah.
Happy days.
Yeah.
All right, James, what you saying?
Yo, hello.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm saying pretty good actually because I've got some I got some orange squash, and I don't remember the last time I had orange squash, and it's pretty good.
Nice. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, I've got Jack on my team. I have Jack. Jack doesn't have Jack. I've got Jack.
Different Jack.
Not to be confused with the other team captain, Jack.
Not to be confused with Jack. So Jack, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. This is already chaos with the whole Jack thing again. Yeah, the story of my life is being replaced by other Jacks.
Oh,
Yeah. Cool. Well, that's enough banter for now. Let's get straight onto it. James, you're up first. What are you saying?
I once thought about swallowing so much that I actually forgot to do it.
Oh my, what? Come on, man.
Can you elaborate?
Well, so have you ever? Oh man, have you ever just like thought about something so much, and then you like go to try and do something, and then you're like, "Wow, I actually forgot how to do it." Well, that was me with swallowing.
Right. So
I was at uni now. I was because it's just so ridiculous. I remember being in first year and like freshers week, and I'm meant to be making friends, and then there's this dude just sat on the sofa trying to like swallow. That was me. I was just.
What are you talking about, man?
Have you never had that before? Have you never?
I've thought about that with like if you can get like kind of like not quite the same, but like sleep paralysis, and you're thinking about moving.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, well, I should be able to move my leg, but I'm thinking about it, and I can't. But that's exactly. I mean, swallowing while you're awake on a couch.
I guess it was probably like it came down. Well, okay, right. So we were out drinking, freshers week, 3 or 4 days in, and we just like went back to someone's like flat, and we were all talking about like different things that we've tried. Like it got pretty deep, whatever.
And you've tried swallowing.
I tried, yeah. And then someone was like, I can't remember an example they said, but similar to what you said about sleeping, and then like ever tried so hard to like fall asleep or something, and then you just never like end up sleeping. So I had this like swallow problem thing before, so I said that to the group. I was like, "Oh, have you ever tried to like have you ever like thought about the process of swallowing so much that then you forget how to swallow?" And by doing that and trying to demonstrate the fact that if you think about it, I actually genuinely just was like struggling to swallow.
So were you doing the motion of swallowing, or were you just failing to swallow?
It was
food or drink, because obviously like when you take a tablet, some people obviously they can't do that.
It was definitely like just like nothing, no liquid, no food. It was just stood there like swallowing. And then the first few times I could do it, and then when I was just like thinking about the actual process of like what is actually happening, I'm not thinking. I can't even fathom it because it's just so weird. But like the thought of swallowing, you just do it so naturally. And then I think
you'd hope so. It's me.
Yeah,
it's pretty natural.
That was just that thought was just playing on my mind so much to the point where I was actually like, wow, now I'm thinking about swallowing and I can't actually do it because now it's not natural anymore because I'm thinking about it so much.
Was this the first time you tried it when you were at uni, or you'd like thought about it before and then?
Yeah, no, I've thought about it before, and it has happened before. I think it definitely stemmed from like having tablets or something like hay fever tablets or paracetamol or whatever, and then just struggling to get that down, and then, but that's so natural because you can do it with liquid much easier. I guess up until like that uni day, that freshest week, I'd never really thought about like swallowing that deeply to the point where I actually just didn't do it anymore.
Well, this is crazy. Like it's like a basic human function, right? Like I really hope you don't think very hard about breathing one day, because that'll be a nightmare.
Well,
I
yeah.
don't know what to ask you. This is just this is ludicrous.
Yeah, I can't think of any questions to ask other than that. It's just a bit of a bizarre experience.
Have you
Admittedly, it is a
experienced
bit bizarre, but
have you experienced it with a different a human need, like moving your arm? Like you're like sat down for a long time and you're like, maybe if I think about moving my arm, I won't be able to.
no,
Like,
I've definitely had like, you know when you're just walking and you're just like you're putting one like foot in front of the other, and then you just kind of have to stop yourself because you're just like, wow.
I get that when you overthink you're walking too much and you start walking kind of unnaturally just because you're thinking about it.
Yeah. Or like breathing or something like on
blinking.
public,
I get that sometimes. You think about blinking.
Oh
just
man, don't
blink
even get
for
started on the
ages.
blinking.
public transport when I've got my headphones in and I'm breathing and I get really self-conscious that I'm breathing way too loud. So I'll just like stop breathing for a minute and figure out the situation.
But if you stop
Nice.
breathing, you then have to take one large inhale because you're like out of breath, and then you're breathing heavy anyway, and you're just like sweating in the corner.
Yeah,
of
but
this bus.
I do that when like when the doors on the bus open or something and it makes a loud
as,
noise.
as it opens, like. Toby,
All right, what are we
let me know.
thinking then, Jack?
Yeah, have you got any further questions, Toby? Because I got nothing on this.
I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't think of a single question to ask in the first place. It's such a bizarre thing. But I don't know. Thinking about the sort of the thing when you think about your breathing and you then sort of have to keep thinking about it till you forget it.
Yeah,
It kind of that slightly gives it a bit more believability. But to be honest, I just think it's a load of coswallop. So I think it's a lie.
A load of codswallop, he says.
Wow.
that's the
what a
first
word.
time that word's been used on this podcast. Surprisingly.
Slander.
Well, okay, you think it's a lie. I'm trying to think about the details, but there was no details needed, really. It was just outrageous. Toby, I'm going to back you here, man. I'm going to agree. I think this could be a lie because it's just stupid.
All right. Please don't hold this against me if it's wrong.
I always do, Toby. So
Yeah, okay, well.
All right, James, they're saying a lie.
Well, you know what? It is stupid because it is a lie.
Oh, what the hell?
I was going to criticise you heavily.
As soon as I read that, I thought I have no idea how I'm going to convince them that this is something that happened to me.
That's a sus lie.
Yeah, that's a bit of a hard pill to swallow. But
Oh,
all right. Next up, we have Mr. Jack Colley. What are you saying, Jack?
I once started a conga line that ended up being led by a blind person.
Is it still going?
well, I want to know at what point. So you were leading this conga line. At what point did you then like leave it, and then did you just drag some person in and they just happened to be blind?
So it was like one of those ones where every now and then the front person kind of moves to the back, and then the person behind you is then leading, right? So it's like a weird train system. So you lead the front for a bit, and then you're like, I don't really know where I'm going anymore, and you go to the back.
Oh yeah, so the blind person would know much better where they're going.
Yeah, but I didn't know he was blind. It was just like this dude wearing some shades.
When did it become apparent he was blind? Presumably when he was walking into walls. Okay.
Yeah.
Luckily, we were outside in a large field, so it was all right.
When he was walking into the bush, then.
No, like we had a lot of time to realize, like he was going in one direction for quite a while on this field, but luckily it was pretty large, and we were heading towards the bushes on the far end. There was like these trees, and there's a barbed wire fence at the end of the
Oh, no,
end of
nice
this
and
field, and then we just kept going.
I would love something serious happened and like they would legitimately the cause of death be a conga.
Oh my god, it's like 50 people gone in one go.
I mean, I know I'm not supposed to really ask questions, but did he have one of those sticks?
Yeah, with the like round bit at the end.
Tennis ball at the end.
Yeah, no, he didn't have one of those. So I'm guessing he was like partially blind, you know, and like in spots or something. Colorblind. No, I think he was more blind than colorblind. But I didn't know him. It was my granddad's 60th, so it was when I was a bit younger, and we were just outside doing a conga, and he didn't have a stick. He had like those shades.
How long was he in front then? How long was he leading this line?
Dude, he was like leading. He didn't turn. We're going in a straight line for like 2 minutes. In this massive. Luckily, like I said, it's a big field. It's a big field.
Did he not say anything? Did he not say, "I'm blind. Can I not
He's
lead?"
probably
this
waited his whole
conga?"
life for this moment. He's like enjoying it. He's taking his time.
Well, I'm trying to put myself in his shoes here, and I was thinking maybe he just want to. He probably had a couple drinks because it was a party to start off with, and he probably was just kind of in the heat of the moment. And as I said, I think he was only partially blind, so he probably thought he could see where he was going and stuff.
You know that video that went viral a few years ago of that old guy at the concert or the festival or something where he throws his sticks down and
he
starts
throws a
dancing.
stick on the floor.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm imagining with this dude.
yeah, except he didn't have a stick to start with, so he was just boogieing from the beginning.
Yeah, he just boogieing from the get-go.
Yeah.
Did he have a guide dog? Was the guide dog leading the conga?
No, he didn't have any of those assistants, but that'd be pretty good actually, and he probably would have done a better job.
So much about trying to see that you forget how to see.
Maybe that was a problem. He was just thinking about trying to look forward, and he just couldn't.
Yeah, what are you thinking, James?
I don't know. I think this could be true, but there's just something about it.
I quite want it to be true. I think it's a really funny story.
Yeah.
And
I would love it to be true, but
if he's partially sighted, you could see, like, as a conga expert, can confirm that the system of starting at the front and going to the back, that's a thing. So that's
it's just, I mean, it's not like a really obscure thing. This conga, it's like
I was going to say, like, the fact that I think it could be true, it's not anything too crazy. It's just some dude that was just walking and he just happened to be blind.
Being a conga line being led by a blind person.
Blind leading the
just
blind.
Your average conga.
No one knew he was blind. It didn't seem to cause a problem. So,
well, I guess some people knew he was blind. He wasn't on my side of the family. That's the thing.
Was he invited, or did he just wander in by accident?
He was definitely invited. He was definitely invited. I mean, I don't think he definitely didn't wander in.
All right, what are you going with, James?
Jack, what do you think?
I reckon it's true. I'd love it to be true. I want it to be true.
Yeah, I'm going to go truth.
All right, they're saying truth. Jack, truth or a lie?
I also wanted it to be true, but I just that was a lie.
All right, that was the blind leading the blind there from Jack and James.
Are you making these lies up just to have a pun at the end of everything?
Yeah.
He planned the gags before he sent out lies and truths.
Nah, that's not something that I would do.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so it's 2-0 to Team Jack.
Oh, dear.
Next up, we have Jack Watson. What are you saying, Jack Watson?
Right. I survived an attempted mugging from a young Vietnamese chap.
Were you travelling? That would
Yes.
probably be the first important question.
You'll honestly never guess where I was.
Vietnam?
Yes, it was Vietnam.
That's crazy.
All right, thanks for getting to the bottom of that, Toby. I reckon was when you say attempted, did you have some mad self-defense skills, or what intervened here?
Okay, so we were motorbiking through the country, and that meant going through some countryside towns. So we were in this remote town in the middle of absolute nowhere. It was tiny, and we just sort of stopped to have some lunch at the side of the road. And then this kid comes over. He must be about 4, 5, and just starts playing around. Like, he's quite interested in our things, quite interested in who we are. We like play with him, like give him high fives and stuff. And then it comes for us to go, and he like asks for some money because obviously he's used to seeing like the tourists come and ask for money. Ask for some money, so we give him like a bit of money. And then we go to get on our bikes and go away, and he's obviously just not happy with the amount of money he's got or something, and just starts to try and like grab things from our bike. He saw where my wallet was, tried to grab my wallet, and I like slapped him away. And then I get on my bike, he tries to take the keys out and slap him away again, and he just grabs onto the back of the bike, and I just floor it. Didn't look back. I don't know what happened.
Oh my days!
So you said this was a 4 or 5-year-old that attempted to mug you?
And you slapped him.
Yeah. Well, no. Let's clear that up. But he put his I just slapped his arm away. Just
Self-defense, boys. Self-defense.
No, I get you. Yeah.
Probably about the same height as you as well, wasn't he, Jack?
You got to do it to him. What's
if
that
you
about?
went to Vietnam, you'd probably take that back.
Huh.
What, 4 or 5? I mean, he's got to be.
Yeah. What? How much? How did you have much in your wallet at the time? If you did manage to steal it,
I had loads of cash in the sense that the conversion's quite low, so you had loads of notes.
Yeah, you can be a millionaire so easily in Vietnam.
I think the equivalent would have been about £2.
Just you deck him over £2.
Well, I was more than happy to give him some money because we've got it to spare and he perhaps doesn't. So that's fine, but the bike keys are mine. That's where I draw the line.
The keys, the whip, yeah. Who were you with?
So I was with a mate that I went to uni with. I was just doing a bit of traveling.
Okay. And did he get any trouble, or did he help at all, or did he just gap it as well?
He didn't really give. I don't think he gave him any money. So his bike was a bit further ahead than mine. So he got in his bike and went away while the shenanigans was taking place.
Was there anybody else around, or was it just you on the side of the road with your mate and this kid?
Yeah, just completely in the middle of nowhere. I think that we were kind of close to his house because I'm fairly sure his mum was cheering him on.
What, trying to get? She wanted him to get the cash.
Yeah,
right.
This must have been some kind of routine that they've done this before.
Some lady was cheering on a 4 or 5-year-old to mug you.
In a sense, yes.
Wow.
Wow. Interesting. And whereabouts in Vietnam were you? Did you say already? I can't remember.
I think it wasn't in the coast. It was literally in the complete middle of nowhere. It was far away from all the touristy towns and bits because we couldn't drive through everything that was touristy. But it was at one point it was quite scary because it was shit. If this really escalates, we're in no man's land here.
No man's land. Yeah.
What do you mean if this escalates? He was 5.
No, but it's in I don't know. Say his. I don't know, say some people see it. And, I think if people were to see this happening, I can guarantee, I bet my £2 that they're not taking my side here. I will not be able to explain my way out of that.
I mean, it's a tricky situation. If you're getting mugged and you can't really do anything because it's a 5-year-old. It's a lose-lose on your bike. Sorry, it's just you can't win that situation really with a kid that young attacking you. To be honest.
Risky.
And that's why I didn't look back.
Wise decision.
Yeah.
All right, what are we thinking then, Jack?
All right, Toby. I'm gonna tell you. I think this might be a lie, because he's not giving us many specifics about where he was.
Yeah, but I mean, I've been traveling into some weird places, and you forget the exact names of them. I know he's been motorbiking in Vietnam as well.
Yeah, I know that's a thing, motorbiking in Vietnam, but he could be stretching at a truth that he already had. Would you go true here?
I mean, I'm leaning towards true, but
and you were right last time, and but you were right, man. And I don't forget my teammates that are correct. All right. Okay, I'll go with you again, Toby. You're my lucky charm right now. I'll say true.
Okay.
All right, they're saying true. Jack, was that true or was that a lie?
Toby's on fire. It was true.
Oh, Toby, mate.
3.
Nice one, Toby.
It was just a bit. The thing about the Vietnam biking, I knew he'd done it. It's just played to me. Yeah.
You should be a team captain, bro.
Yeah, you completely slapped away Jack's attempt to mug you off there.
There it is.
They're getting worse. They really are.
Yeah. I'm struggling, to be honest.
He's done all right. It's nicely done.
I appreciate the kind words. Thank you. All right, so that is now 3-0 to Team Jack. It's not looking good for James's team.
Never is.
All right, next up, we have Toby. What are you saying, Toby?
I once accidentally called someone Doogie for a week, only to find out that it wasn't her name.
True. Let's move on.
What was her name?
It was Victoria.
Wow.
Yeah,
So-
big mistake.
So why? Why did you think it was Doogie?
So I had a guy at my work, and his name was Danny. And I walked into the room, and somebody said Danny, but I clearly misheard it as Doogie at the time, and thought that they were talking to this girl rather than the other guy that was in the room. So for an entire week, I went around calling this person Doogie. She clearly thought it was some sort of stupid joke that I had going on.
Just a charming man. Yeah, calling him Doogie. I was calling it Doogie.
At what point was she the one to admit, "Hey, this needs to stop"?
No, I remember being in speaking with my manager at the time and saying, "Oh, do you know what shifts Doogie's working this week?" And her honest response was, "What on earth are you talking about?" I explained, and she went, "You mean Victoria?" And I was like, well, clearly I do, but this is not who I thought this was. So, yeah, it was a bizarre situation.
Have you spoken to her about it? I remember that time I was calling you Doogie.
Yeah, it sort of became a running joke. I kept calling her it, to be honest, because I got so used to it. I just decided to stick it as the main name. Yeah,
it's a strong nickname. It's definitely a strong nickname.
What did you say to her when you admitted that you thought her name was Doogie? Was she laugh about the situation?
Yeah, she laughed about it. She said that she just assumed that I had a nickname for everybody, or for some reason she got it. So
without checking with the person beforehand, he's already made people nicknames.
Bizarre, absolutely bizarre. It was just one of those things.
That's quite funny. I think I think that sounds pretty truthful, to be honest.
Yeah, Toby loves a nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you spell it for us?
Yeah, Dougie.
Dougie.
Did you ever write it down?
I don't think I've ever written it down, but that's how I would spell it. Dougie.
Yeah.
That's what you've got to save as on your phone.
I don't have it. I don't have a number on my phone, so yeah, missing out there.
Sad story.
All right, are you ready, Jack? James? Jack? Whose turn is it?
It's Jack and James.
He had one job.
Yeah.
Jack W. What do you think?
Yeah, Toby loves a nickname, and that's quite classic Toby behaviour. And I could see it happening as well. You just, and especially if you didn't correct him early doors, then it just rolls on, and that becomes a thing that sticks. So yeah, I reckon it's true.
Yeah, if it isn't true, then it's a very good fast lie that you've figured out.
I'll eat my hat.
All right.
Eyebrows.
They're saying true. What are you saying, Toby?
Well, I thank you very much for saying it was a very quick lie, because it was indeed a lie.
Oh
no
my!
Way. We are doing so badly.
It's too easy tonight, Toby. It's just too easy, man. You're the best
How did you
teammate
know
I've had.
that you were at work and your boss was Danny and he that was so quick.
I don't know. It just sort of came to me. I mean, I've had a few mix-ups of people's names before, but not quite as bad as that. So I sort of played off of that slightly.
You know what? Fair play.
Yeah, nice one.
So it looks like that's a victory. Huh?
Victoria. I got it.
Victory for Toby's team. Yeah.
Nice.
And furthermore, Toby, Dougie is pronounced Dougie.
Yeah.
I read it as an American expression, and I was like, I'm sticking with it. I've said it once, so I can't make it.
Teach me how to Dougie.
Yeah.
Can't change halfway through.
We got us the point. It's fine.
All right. 4-0 to Jack's team. But we keep going.
Yeah, none of that. No more points given to them, please.
All right, back again for round 2. We have Jack Watson. What are you saying, Jack?
All right. Whilst on holiday, a friend and I came up with a little money-making scheme.
Was it to swindle out 5-year-olds that had previously attempted to mug you?
Absolutely. No, it wasn't.
Was this on the same holiday?
No, this was when I was in Barcelona for a music festival.
Barcelona. What was the festival?
So Benicassim.
Are you guys not going to ask what the scheme was?
Hold on, we'll get there.
So, you ready to guess truth or lie?
Yeah.
So, yeah, how did it go? What was the scheme?
What was the scheme?
Thank you, James.
We backed ourselves as psychics.
Psychics in Barcelona at a festival.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one coming.
It's perfect.
Did you make any money off of it?
No. So initially we were trading it for like cigarettes and stuff at the festival, and then it just got a bit out of hand because word got round.
And why did you think it
Word
was
go around.
why did you think it was going to be a money making sort of scheme?
Well, it
If you
didn't
didn't make
start
any
out.
money from it.
It didn't start out as one, but you know when you're like scrounging for a cigarette or something, and you're in a festival and there's not a shop nearby, so times get a bit hard, and you're like, okay, give me a cigarette
I'll
if I
pretend to be
could.
psychic.
Yeah, I'll give you a psychic reading, or I'll say what happened to you yesterday, or give you a prediction, and if it comes true, or if it is true, give me a cigarette, and it was.
What, you're going up to people and being like, I'll tell your future and you can give me a fag.
Well, no, it was like
What?
it was people who were camping. We were, like you have a big camping circle. You just gradually make friends and stuff. So
Yeah.
it kind of like started out as a joke, and then if it was true, it came like a betting thing. So like if it was true, they'd give us €1, or if it was wrong, we'd give them €1, and we were up like 5 to 10 euros.
Oh,
So it wasn't complete strangers you're going, oh, can I have a cigarette and I'll tell you your future.
No, it started as a friends thing, and then the reason it got around was I think we were on a streak of like 10 or 15 in a row, and then we were just like, okay, shit, let's see if we can keep this going, and that's when we would like try it with strangers. Didn't always work, as in like some strangers quite rightly told us where to go, but yeah, there was one or two that bit, and it worked well.
What type of things did you say? Like, what were the fortunes?
Well, it started out as we could guess by looking at people which bands they had seen the previous day.
At this festival where you know which bands are
where there's a
performing the
limited
previous
number
day.
of bands that are possibly there. Who's accepting?
Okay.
Who's taking you up on this?
It's dwindling everybody, really.
There's like several stages and like clashes, so you could very easily identify like a 1975 fan versus like a Kendrick Lamar fan if they were to clash. That was a classic one. That was the one that started it.
You were like, I bet you were born on your birthday. Whoa.
You're
Well, no,
making
it just
fair
started
money
out with
from
our
that.
friends. We were just like, okay, I'll give you €1 if I can guess, like, I don't know, 3 or 5 bands or something you saw yesterday. And if I don't, then, you'll get €1. And then they're like, okay, fine, it's €1. Like,
That's a pretty surefire bet on yourself, because you can usually tell, honestly, from like, even if you know the people just slightly or just by kind of obviously the clothes that they wear or whatever, quite often you can tell, like, in a sense, what kind of music they might potentially listen to. So, but you said you ended up losing money, right?
oh yeah, like we got, I think because we did it with people that we kind of knew just from like seeing them and stuff. And then we got on like a nice little streak, and then I don't know, maybe the stakes went up or something. Maybe we definitely started off. It's definitely started off with just €1, and then maybe we lost it all because we were like, okay, we're good at this. Let's put it up to €2 or €5 or something, and then like within like 1 or 2 goes, it just went completely.
Oh man,
Wow.
interesting. Smart though.
But I mean, I wouldn't recommend it as a business, but it was great fun at the time.
Did you ever like offend anyone?
No, I don't think anyone was particularly offended. I mean,
Yeah, that was like this dude who's like, bro, I don't listen to 1975.
yeah, I don't think it's the kind of thing you can get too offended by, to be honest. I think it was okay. It was all quite fun, lighthearted.
All right. We got any verdict yet, Jack?
All right, Toby, my wonder boy. What is it? Is it true or lie?
To be honest, this one is definitely throwing me.
It's very believable.
It is very believable, especially if it's like amongst your friends and it's nice and easy things like guessing like bands you've seen. But
Yeah.
seems like a bizarre thing to do, to sort of scrounge items. Like if you're sort of mates with somebody, surely you just share a bit of a beer with them and for a cigarette.
Like it was the festival was all the music was tended to be in the because it was in Spain. Music can't really start until the sun starts to go down because it's too hot. So like during the day on the beach and just around the like where you're camping, there's just so much time to kill. So there was just stupid things like this breaking out.
Do you camp on the beach at that festival?
No, it was like a 15-20 minute walk.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, I want to say true because it's really smart and it'd be pretty. I can imagine having a lot of fun doing that. To be fair, it'd be a good time. But you're right, Toby. This is a difficult one, and if you can't get it, then I'm hopeless.
I think it might be a lie, but it sounds like a great thing to try next time everybody goes to a festival.
Yeah,
But something tells me that Jack has created a very elaborate.
Okay. Well,
lie here.
in that case, the oracle has spoken. It's a lie.
All right, they're going with lie. Mr. Watson, was that true or a lie?
It is a lie.
Oh.
Toby, you're a genius, man. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
I really thought I got you. I was willing to bet a cigarette that I got you.
You had me, Jack. You had me on board. That was really good. That was interesting. And also, it's like something I'd actually want to do.
Absolutely.
That's the best part of it.
All right, so Jack didn't manage to psych Toby. How unfortunate.
Stop.
All right, I've lost count, but I think that is 6-0 to Jack.
Sounds about right.
I think it's 5.
Is it 5-0?
5-0.
How have we gone the first 4 episodes without drawing, and then suddenly 5-0 on this?
Yeah, Jack's running away with it.
Because I carefully choose a team of very good liars and truthers. So
yeah. Out of curiosity, James, have you won one yet?
Yeah, I think you have. I think it's 1-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's move on. All right. Next up, we have Toby. What are you saying, Toby?
I once spent an entire holiday worrying that I was going deaf.
Pardon? Say that again.
Right, see, I can understand that.
Yeah, I once spent an entire holiday worrying about the fact that I was going deaf.
Where were you on holiday?
I was in Spain, so Marbella.
How old are you?
I think I was 9. I'm not 100%, but 19 or 20.
Oh, so quite recent.
Yeah, it was fairly recent.
Were you thinking too hard about listening, by any chance?
No. Yeah.
I've been there.
I mean, when I got back from holiday, I went to see the doctor, and she sort of gave me some medicine to sort of, I say medicine, treatment to sort it out. But
your hearing wasn't damaged at a 1975 gig you'd seen in Barcelona that previous night, was it?
No, it wasn't. No.
So wait, what did you? Were you just gradually losing your hearing while on holiday?
So essentially, what happened, or what the doctor told me had happened, is I had an excess build-up of earwax in my ear, nice and disgusting. And when I went swimming in the pool, it got like damp and just like created a barrier in my ear. So essentially, it was like when you lift like a seashell up to your ear, and you can like hear like that's like when you're a kid. Oh, I can hear the waves in the seashell. Like that's the same. I could hear like pretty much nothing except for like it was like being underwater. That was the hearing sensation I had.
Wow.
And I was getting genuinely more and more worried.
Did you consider like seeing a doctor while you were in Spain or Marbella?
So I went to a chemist and they gave me, to be honest, I think it must have been like an olive oil like drop to try and like break it up, but it didn't work. So when I got home, like the doctor like syringed it out.
Oh, that's so gross.
It is grim.
Did you keep the wax after it came out?
Absolutely not.
Make a candle or something?
No, I'm all right with that.
Have you ever tried those like candle earwax things?
I haven't, but I would be curious to see if they work.
Sounds a bit grim for my liking, to be honest. So.
Which ear was it?
It was both, actually. It wasn't just one, it was both.
That's just unlucky.
It's a long tube of earwax.
It was
straight through.
I don't have a brain in the middle. Just my head is full of earwax. It just sort of
that explains so much, Toby.
See, it's quite believable.
It is.
I could see. I don't know, but even like before we went on holiday, did you not like feel some kind of pain? It feels like it might be like a gradual thing rather than just something that suddenly flared up.
No, I hadn't noticed it at all. I just went on holiday, and like the second day I went in the swimming pool, sort of just affected my hearing. So like it was like on and off for like the first 2 days where I could hear for like some time, and then I couldn't hear, and then it got to the 5th and 6th day, and I pretty much couldn't hear like anything. And I was really worried about going on the plane as well.
Oh yeah.
So because obviously with like your ears pop.
Who did you say you were on holiday with?
So I went with my mum, my nan, brother, my cousin, and one of my mates came with me as well because my ex-girlfriend was meant to come, but she couldn't come in. So
did they believe you when you told them that like you were having these problems?
my mum did. My brother, my cousin, and my mate just absolutely ripped me to pieces and was just laughing at me because that's what they're there for.
Yeah.
So,
Just how worried were you that you might actually be losing your hearing?
I don't want to say I'm a hypochondriac, 'cause it's maybe a bit far, but yeah, I certainly am a bit of a worrier about things. So I'd say like fairly worried. But deep down, I think I also knew that it was probably something that would go away quite quickly.
And did it like hurt afterwards, or would you feel like a massive
No, it
relief
wasn't
after?
painful. It wasn't painful. It was just
Worrying.
yeah, just lack of sound. Yeah, it was just a bit of a weird sensation.
It's annoying, man. Like when you get a cold and your ears start blocking up as well. It's just like it's just a pain. It's not actually a pain, but it's just like damn. Like come on.
Did you say like you didn't get it like taken out until you got home?
Yeah, so I got home and the day after I went to the doctor and they syringed it out.
Oh, yeah.
So
So
I
what-
booked the appointment when I was still in Spain.
What was the like journey back like? Was it okay?
I'll be brutally honest, I can't remember it that much.
You had your
Clearly
eyes
didn't
closed.
worry me that much. I just watch some TV and go on with it. Realised there was nothing I could do.
Yeah.
All right. What are we saying then, James?
You know, I don't think it even matters what I say because I think this sounds believable, but it's probably a lie.
This is for the constellation.
That
point.
old chestnut.
It kind of adds up, the whole chlorine thing and
Yeah.
the getting the olive oil drops and stuff like that. I reckon I can see that being true.
Yeah, his story's all there. So again, if you're if you're lying, then I quit the What You Saying podcast.
All right.
Truth, yeah.
You going with truth then, yeah?
Yep.
All right. They're saying truth, Toby.
Sorry, Jack, it's not going to be a clean sweep this week. So yeah, it was true.
I kept my job then.
The comeback
It's
star.
good enough.
No, that was
You were
yeah.
hearing none of Toby's lies.
Fuck's sake.
he's definitely planned all these jokes.
Yeah. What is that about? He spent all day when you sent him those messages. He spent all day being like, "Okay, let's write some puns before we get on here." This is job
It's naturally
though,
hilarious. Is what I'm trying to say.
Pardon?
All right. So final score, we have 5-1 to Team Jack. Congratulations, Jack.
Another easy win for the Jacks team. That's
That
what I'm
was
talking about.
That was mostly Toby doing all the hard work.
Yeah, but through my leadership.
Yeah, it was excellent leadership. It was something exquisite.
The dude that didn't know who he had in his team in the first place.
Yeah, but he's not moaning about that now, is he?
No, not at all.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. Big thank you to our guests, and we'll see you next week.
Thank
See
you.
you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening, guys. This was the 6th episode of the What You Saying podcast. Please don't forget to follow us on social media.
You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at WhatYouSaying We'd love to hear from you. While you're listening, get in touch.
And we're now on many other platforms now. You can find us on YouTube, on Google Podcasts and Stitcher, as well as Spotify and our usual website. So you'll find all the links for those in the description of the podcast that we post. See you next time.
Peace.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
And we're live. Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the What You Saying podcast. We're back again with the 6th episode of the series. I'd like to welcome the first team, Captain. Fuck this whole intro up.
Welcome to episode 6. This is the 6th episode.
Sound like you're introducing like a funeral or something as well.
Oh, man.
Captain.
All right, let's try that again.
I know that Jack's going to keep this in, so.
Please don't keep this in.